How's it going, everybody? I hope you're having a really good day. This is a big time of community for my wife and myself. We just wrapped up a monthly gathering yesterday here at our home, and we're preparing for a sacred dance ceremony that's going to be taking place early in July. So the pull to step out into that circle of community gets pretty strong this time of the year. In the midst of it all, I've been thinking about something that I was taught very early on as I entered this phase of my own emotional recovery. A teacher of mine told me that there's 3 levels to the work. First of all, there's the work we do on our own. We're called to go in, do a lot of reflecting. Really begin to get in touch with our bodies, with our emotions, the things we've been experiencing, how they've driven our lives. But that will only take you so far. You eventually have to start stepping out into a wider circle and begin work with others, either one-on-one or in groups with other people who are likewise there doing their own work. And as you pour yourself into that, you'll eventually come to another wall. And at that point, the only thing you can do is to get down on your knees and turn everything over to a higher power. As we are so deeply rooted right now in that place of community, I wanted to talk a little bit about that. One of the things about working with others, either one-on-one or in circles, is that you really get to experience every aspect of humanity. You get to see the pettiness, you get to see the anger, you get to see the guilt and the shame and the fear, and you get to find those things within yourself too. You get to see how your actions affect your immediate circle and even a much wider portion of the world. But there's something else you get to see too. You get to see the love, the unconditional love. You get to see compassion. You get to see generosity and support and welcome and dedication. And it's very refreshing. It's very reassuring in a time where so much pettiness is being brought to the front, where we live in that if it bleeds, it leads mentality with local news, world news, where it seems that everybody and their brother has a podcast or a blog telling us reasons that we should hate others, that we should fight others, things that we should stand against. To be able to see firsthand and experience true compassion, true love, true support, and acceptance. It's good to know that these things are there, because when we recognize them in our circle, we can recognize them in ourselves. And the more we can come to understand and be aware of these things going on within ourselves, the more we can recognize them in others and in the world at large. Till next time.